going to start this session. Okay. So here previous previous sessions like yesterday and day before yesterday we discussed about prep one, like the three parts, right? So those are all waterfall concepts. Okay. So here now we will be going to do in prep two these agile concepts. Okay. So now we will be going to know about agile. So what is agile? Agile is a methodology. Okay. Agile is a flexible, iterative approach to software development and project management that prioritize customer collaborations and continuous improvements. Okay, and we can adapt easily when the change request came across that to that project. Okay, so it is like a iteration cycles. So this agile methodology is most of the organizations nowadays they are going to likely to use this agile methodologies only. Okay, so here the agile will be the methodology and the scrum will be the model, right? So first question about this agile is agile manifesto. Okay, so what is agile manifesto? You need to mention about that agile manifesto. You need to write down. There will be four core values and 12 principles. So you just go through that. The there are standard four principles and 12 principles and four core values. Okay, so you just go through that about agile manifesto, and here the project they have given about scrum foods. Okay, so foods delivery application it is, and the project description is scrum food provides fast, reliable online food delivery applications targeting customers of all age group, offering 24 by 7 services along with tracking of delivery real time. Okay, so before that I will be going to explain you about this diagram. Okay, so the first thing about this diagram is nothing but in agile what we will be going to do means first as of PA, like we will be going to like gather the requirements and we will be going to analyze that requirement, right? So whatever the client needs the requirements we will be going to gather, and here you can see this, right? Product vision. Okay, so first of all we will be going to find out this product vision. What is it? What is this about the product vision? We will be going to find out. So after finding out the product vision, like who are the target people and who will be i- for whom it will be useful, like that. There will be few things about product vision, and we will be going to find out the product vision, and then we will be gathering the requirements of that application, whatever the application we want to do, and by using that requirements, the product owner, he will be going to do user story workshop. Okay, so the story workshop is nothing but first of all the client, like he will be going to give some requirements, right? So based on that we will be going to finding out the user stories, like the product owner he will be converting those requirements into user stories by assigning business values, acceptancy criteria, and complexity points. Okay, and like who will be he will be mentioning all the whatever the user story points are there. So he will be going to sorry, user stories are there, he will be going to mention all the user stories. Like if there is 100 user stories, then he will be making that 100 user stories according to that application. Okay, so first of all business values. So these business values are given by the client side people, and they will be assigning these business values by using $100 technique. Okay, what is the currency notes that are running in their country? For example, in India, what are the currency notes are running, like 10, 20, 50, 100, 200, and 500, and 500 is the last whatever the note, right? So these, based on these values he will be going to give the business values, and the complexity points it will be giving by using poker cards. Okay, so this poker cards is nothing but we will be going to use Fibonacci sequence. Okay. So Fibonacci sequence, the values will be like 1, 2, 3, and next one will be the 5 and 8, 13, and 21, so on like that. Okay. The number will be adding to the next number. Like for example, 1 is there, like 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3. Okay. 3 plus 2, 5, like that. 5 plus 3, 8. So like that continuously it will be adding like previous number to it, and the next number will be formed. Okay. So like that all the user story points and like we will be calling it as complexity points. So complexity points, acceptance criteria, and business values. Okay. Like that we will be going to find out. So we will be sorry, product owner will be going to do all these things, right? So after that he will be moving all the user stories into product backlog. Okay. And when he is moving into this product backlog, like he will be assigning like what will be the highest, what will be the lowest priority, and all those things he will be going to mention here itself by using Moscow technique. Okay. So this product backlog, this will be done by using Zira. Okay. Zira is a tool where we can track each and every workflow. Okay. So by using that Zira tool, he will be going to insert all the user stories into product backlog. Okay. And now here in this product backlog, he will be going to like insert all the user stories. Like if there is 100 user stories are there, then he will be inserting all the user stories into that product backlog. So when he insert all the user stories into that product backlog, like user stories means by using all like he will be noting down all the things like here acceptance criteria, business values, complexity points. Okay. So these all the things will be going to mention in that user story, like whatever the user stories we are creating, and he will be inserting into product backlog. Okay. In this product backlog, when he inserted all the things into that product backlog, he will be like we will be knowing it as definition of ready. Definition of ready means now all the user stories are in the product backlog, and it is ready to move to the sprint backlog. Okay. This is known as definition of ready. And here you can find out this product backlog, 100 user stories we are inserted right now. So now what we will be going to do means we will be picking up only few user stories from that product backlog, and we will be going to start a sprint. Okay. So here like we will be going to start that sprint, right? So first of all we need to know about what is the sprint. Okay. So here the sprint is nothing but it is a fixed time box. Example, like it will be like 2 to 4 weeks, and in general it will be like 1 to 4 weeks normally. But most of the organization they will be go for 2 to 4 weeks, and they will be mostly used for 2 weeks. Okay, it is a fixed time box where a Scrum team works to deliver a potential shippable product increment. Okay, the sprint is a Scrum team works to deliver a potential shippable product increment, and there will be a like Scrum team. The Scrum team is nothing but the development team. Okay, they will be going to like not only development team. If there are testing people also will involved in that, then the testing people will be comes under Scrum team, and by all the things like testing, development, design, all the things will be comes together, and it will be formed as a scrum team, and we will be going to develop that application in a iterative cycle. Okay. So they will be going to pick only few user stories, and he will be like we will be going to insert into sprint backlog. So in this sprint backlog, so we will be going to insert into sprint backlog. So this is like work in like whatever the product backlog items are there, what is the task and work in progress and done. Okay. So before going to this product backlog, we will be conducting one meeting. Okay. So meeting is nothing but like sprint meetings. There will be like sprint meetings we will be having. So sprint planning, sprint review, and sprint retrospective. Okay. And then like daily scrums and product grooming. Okay. So these are the five meetings. Okay, are there in the sprint. So the first meeting is sprint planning. So in this planning, we will be going to plan like whatever the sprint user stories, like how to start the sprint and what are the user stories we need to pick from that product backlog. Okay, and what we will be going to do. So all the things will be mentioned in this. Okay, and after like whatever we have planned in that sprint planning meeting, we will be inserting into the sprint backlog. Okay, and these are the works we will be going to do, like task, work in progress, and done. Okay, so when the user story is shipping to this done, then it will be known as definition of done. Okay, if any user story is completed and it is moved to done, then it will be comes under definition of done. So once it is done, we will be going for a sprint review. Okay. So we will be like in that sprint review, we will be going to know about what are the hurdles, like what are the issues faced by the development, like Scrum team. And accordingly, we will be going to plan for the next sprint. Okay. And in that planning, after that planning, we will be going to sprint retrospective. Okay. So, and this daily scrum meeting is nothing but it is also fixed time box. So every day it will be like 15 to 30 minutes. Every day, 15 to 30 minutes, we will be going to conduct this meeting, like scrum meeting. So this scrum, in this scrum meeting, in this 15 to 30 minutes, we will be getting to know like whatever the work they have done yesterday and whatever the work they are going to be doing today. Okay, in this meeting itself, whoever the development people or testing people will be there, right? So we will be going to know about their updates in this scrum meeting, daily scrum meeting. Okay, and it will be like 15 to 30 minutes. Okay, based on their organization. And here you can see after this sprint review, then we will be going to sprint retrospective. So in this sprint retrospective, we will be like it is a meeting that conducted for like whatever the things we will be going to go for the next sprint, like whatever the hurdles we noticed in that like sprint review, right? So we will be going to discuss about those things and we will be planning for the next sprint, like what the user stories we need to do, and we need to find out about the velocity of team by using those user story points, and we will be like planning for the next sprint. Okay, and coming to this here you can find out product grooming. So this product grooming is nothing but like after completing all the sprint, we will be going for the client and we will be showcasing about our project, like whatever the things we have done. So it is like iterative cycle, right? Like for every 2 weeks we will be going to complete one sprint. So for every 2 weeks we will be getting the feedbacks from the like client people, like whether it is done in a perfect way or not. So if we have any things they have given the feedback in a wrong way, then we will be going to like know about that whatever the feature and whatever the user story is not in a perfect way, then in this product grooming we will be like finding out that, and we will be finding like we will be creating the bugs for that user story which we got an issue, right? And then we will be going forward for to complete that user story in a good way, and again we will be going for the client, and the client will be approved for the next time if it is okay. Okay, this is what about the total agile thing. Okay, this is these are the things we will be going to know about Agile. Okay. So the next thing we will be going to find out what will be there. Okay. So this is the product meeting and discussion, and whatever the scrum team we will be going to mention here. And here the product vision. This is what the product vision, and we will be going to mention in this way. Who will be the target people, and what are the needs, and what is the product, and what is the value created to the end customer. So here you can see the vision. What is your vision? You are achieving goal for creating the product, and who will be the target group, and who what are their needs, and what is the product is about, and what value we have created. Okay, this is about product vision. And here you can find out the vision of customer of any age who wants to top rated restaurant delicious food. And like here you can find out doorstep, like we will be going to deliver a doorstep delivery for the customers. Like there is no age group, like anyone can order their food. And who will be the target people means online food delivery industry is our target segment. And here the Scrum Foods provides guaranteed safe food deliver in one go of top rated licensed restaurants, right? And here you can see the needs. So Scrum Food will be on mobile, tablets, and desktop application. And the value created is like open up revenue stream, and be leading online food delivery app in country. Okay, this is what we will be going to create a value. And like that, the next thing is about user story points and user stories. So first of all, you need to create the user stories. So in this way, you need to create the user stories. So here they have mentioned about like you need to create like few user stories. Like if in the question paper they have mentioned about create 40 user stories, so you need to mention 40 user stories. Okay. So each and every user story you need to mention in this way. So like user story number one, and what will be the task. Okay. And what is the priority. Okay. And this is the user story description. Okay. That will be the user story description. First of all, you need to know about user story. User story is means it is a description of a feature or functionality from an end user perspective. Okay. It is a feature or a functionality from an end user perspective, and it defines the user needs. Okay. So we need to mention here, you can find out as a delivery boy, I want to register in Scrum Food so that I can deliver orders. So this is the delivery boy's perspective. Like he will be also a user to that application. Okay. So like that, here they have mentioned about one user story, and the business value is 500. Like as I said that there will be like we will be going to use $100 technique, and the complexity point they have given two. And here the complexity points are we will be going to mention as poker cards, and this Fibonacci sequence. And this is the acceptance criteria. Here we will be going to mention about registration screen. Okay. Test boxes for username, password, nation ID, and mobile number, email address. And click on the registration button. We need to mention one button. When he when he clicks on that, it will be successfully registered to that application, and he should get a notification that now you are the user for this application. Like this will be the acceptance criteria. So in this way, you need to mention all the user stories which are belongs to this project. Okay, if they mention you about 40, you need to mention about 40. Already here itself they have mentioned about 11, 12 user stories. Okay, so that is what about user stories. So the question is they have mentioned about user stories, acceptance criteria, and BV and CP. So they mentioned like 40 minimum user stories. You need to write down 40 user stories in that, like whatever the template they have given that box. Okay. So now we will be going to know about Epic. So Epic is nothing but large amount of body. like large amount of work, it will be chunked into smaller user stories. For example, registration is there. So for this registration is a epic. You think like that registration is a epic, and for registration, like there will be 6 to 7 user stories. So epic is nothing but a large amount of work which is chunked into smaller user stories. That is what about epic. So you need to write down epic and write two epics. They have mentioned you need to write down about two epics. Okay. And you need to mention about differences between PV and CP. What is the PV and how we will be going to assign CP as of told you about PV and CP. So here you can find out explain about sprint. So you need to mention about sprint like I told about the fixed time box. Okay. So you need to mention about the sprint, like what is about the sprint. A fixed time box where a Scrum team works to deliver a potential shippable product increment, like it is in iterative cycles. So you need to mention about the sprint and duration of that sprint, like it will be like 2 to 4 weeks. Okay. So and the next question is about product backlog and sprint backlog. So this product backlog is nothing but all the like we can call it as a dynamic list of all the user stories is known as product backlog, and the product owner he will be the responsible for the product backlog, and we will be mentioning all the user stories in the product backlog. And whereas this sprint backlog means it is a subset of product backlog, and here we will be going to select only like here in the sprint backlog there will be only selected user story points. Okay, so this is what about the sprint backlog and product backlog. You need to mention few more points with like good content in your documentation. Okay, so what is impediments log? So you need to mention about impediments log. So first of all, impediments log means like you need to answer, like you need to tell about it is a record of obstacles that blocks or slow down the scrum team's progress. Okay, it is maintained by the scrum master. So the scrum master he will be the responsible and he will be resolve the issues quickly. So whatever the hurdles, whatever the obstacles we will be getting to slow down that project, those that is called as impediment log, and scrum master he will be the responsible and he will be resolving that like whatever the issues came across in that while doing that sprint. Okay, so that is what about impediment log. And the next question is about, so here the next question, sorry guys, explain the velocity of team. Okay, so the velocity of team is nothing but we can say it as it is a agile metric that measures how much work a scrum team can complete for the next sprint. Okay, so it is like a type of predictions. Okay, so we will be going to take the whatever the inputs we got from that last sprints. Like for example we have done with 3 sprints, so now we need to assign the user story, like how many user story points for the next sprint. We will be getting to know by last sprints, like last 3 sprints. For example, in the sprint one we have completed like 30 user stories. Second sprint we got like we completed 40, and the next sprint we have completed like 40. So we will be going to calculate we will be going to take the average. So 40, 40 and 30, how much it is, like 80 and 110. So 110 divided by 3. And what will be the user story points, like average means 34. So for the next sprints, we can go for 34 or 33 user story points. Okay, like that we will be getting to know like how many user story points the Scrum team can complete within the 2 weeks. Okay, and here they have mentioned draw, sprint burn down chart and product burn down chart. So this sprint burn down chart and product burn down chart, you need to mention, like you need to like you will be getting the rundown chats in the Zira tool. Okay, so you just attend for the Zira tool for Sunday awareness session, or else in the YouTube itself you can find out about Zira. Okay, so here we will be having the COEPD YouTube channel, and here like there will be a video for Zira. Okay, so you just go through it, Jira awareness session. So in this awareness session, you will be going to find out like how to create the sprint burndown chat, how to create the user stories, okay, in the Jira itself. Okay, you just go through this video and you will be getting to find out like what are the things we will be having in that Jira tool and how we can use that Jira tool. Okay, and the next thing is about explain product grooming. So as of previously I explained about product grooming. So in this product grooming, nothing, just we will be going to whatever the backlog refinement, like we can call it as also as a backlog refinement. So in this product grooming, so whatever the inputs we got, like whatever the inputs we got from the client people, feedback, we can call it as also feedback. So by using that feedback, we will be finding out whatever the mistakes are there in that user story, like which created by the Scrum team. So we will be refining that. We will be going to again we will be going to make in a good way that client needs, whatever the client needs, and we will be going to do it in a we will be going to refine it, and we will be developing again that user story, what like how the what is the based on the requirement given by the client. Okay, so that is what about product grooming. Okay, so if you want to know about more, just you just go through the workbook. Okay, so in that workbook you will be finding out about product grooming in detail, like how they are going to do. Okay, and here you can find out the roles of Scrum Master and Product Owner. So the Scrum Master, he will be going to responsible for the Scrum process, and he will be removing the impediments, and he will be creating the environment for the development team to complete the whatever the things given by the client, like whatever the user stories, and he will be going to increment the productivity. Okay, whereas the product owner, he will be responsible for delivering the product vision, and he will be going to manage the product backlog, and he will be ensuring that team delivers maximum business values. Okay, these are the product owner and Scrum Master difference, like whatever the roles are there. So the Scrum Master, he will be responsible for the Scrum meeting, and this whatever the things we will be going to do. So he will be the guidance, like he will be resolving all the issues which came across in the project to the Scrum team. And product owner, he will be responsible for creating the product backlog, and he will be responsible to complete the whole project within a time and giving to the client. Okay, so here they have mentioned about all meetings conducted in Scrum project. So I told you about 5 meetings, right? So in sprint planning, sprint review, sprint retrospective, and daily Scrum meeting, and product grooming, and we can call it as a sprint refinement also. Sprint backlog refinement also we can call it as sprint product grooming means. Okay, and here you can find out the sprint size and Scrum size. So sprint size will be 2 to 4 weeks, mostly it will be 2 weeks, and here the Scrum size will be around 15 to 30 minutes, and in the Scrum size there will be 8 to 12 members, including the product owner and Scrum Master. Okay, and DOR and DOD, as of I explained, definition of ready and definition of done in previously. And what are the prioritization techniques are used, means Moscow technique. Okay, and we will be going to use RICE, RICE. Okay, so these are the prioritization technique we will be going to use. Mostly we will be going to use Moscow. And next, MVP, minimum viable product. You need to mention about minimum viable product. And here the difference between business analyst and the product owner. So you need to mention about the differences. What are the differences you find out? Like for example, business analyst like analyzing business needs, process, and requirements. And here the product owner, he will be prioritizing the like uh, defining and prioritizing the product backlog. Okay. And here business analyst, he will be process modeling, documentation, stakeholders management. And this product owner, he will be going to like a backlog prioritization, customer focus, and agile mindset and decision making. Okay, the product owner, he will be the decision making in this agile. So like that, you will be having few differences. You whatever the differences you find out, you just note down it. And like this minimum viable product is nothing but it is a smallest version of a product that includes like only essential feature. Okay, essential feature needed to solve that problem. Okay, so this is what about MVP. And here the last question is about prepare a sample resume of 3 years experience product owner. So you need to prepare one resume of the product owner who has 3 years experience. Okay, so this is what about the agile. So if you have any doubts, you can just unmute yourself and you can ask the doubts, whatever the doubts you have.